Everyone, welcome back to The Right Gun. For those new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Help me grow this channel and the community. Well, the saga may have ended with my Shadow Systems CR920X. For those of you who don't know, purchased this a while back, so beginning of summer. I think it was end of May when it had first come out, and was, like many of you, having problems with the slide stop mechanism, and it was with a full magazine inserted, it would just lock back. So the slide stop lever was out of tolerance. I contacted Shadow Systems, so look for all those videos, and a lot of you responded with them. I loved the conversations that we were having. Loved everybody was sharing advice. So, and why I say the saga may be over is because I sent it in. It was a very easy process. Documented this all on video. So what they had me do was take it to the range. I said, I video it. They said, hey, get it on video. I did. They asked me to shoot it one-handed and, film particularly where the slide stop lever was, so they could see that the action would engage and my fat fingers was not anywhere near this mechanism to engage it. So did that. They said, yes, it's not you, seems to be the gun, please send it in. So I was having two malfunctions: premature slide lock to the rear, common problem among middle-aged men, so I'm told, but was happening on this gun in particular. The other thing I was having were very, very serious jamming issues.
A jamming issue where it actually forces the head of the bullet into the casing. And the third issue you will see during one-handed firing, it will lock open twice.
Oh shit, I didn't even notice this. Now the front sight post is coming, I was wondering why my aiming was off. This is coming loose with just fire, regular firing. Jamming the case in. Locked open. There we are. Locked open again. You can see. And I received my CR920X back from Shadow Systems. It shipped from their facility in Texas on Tuesday, and then was supposed to arrive Friday, but wasn't home to receive the delivery, so I had to go pick it up, which is fine. But just documenting that for the timeline. So would have been delivered Friday the 9th, but it is Saturday, August 10th. They said when you send it in, do not include anything. I did include a barrel flag, because I thought they would appreciate that, and it looks like the same barrel flag came back. One note I will add right away is, and a gentleman in the original video where I was talking about the malfunctions and sending this back to Shadow Systems, commented that the guide rod and spring, whenever he was having these issues, it seemed loose upon separating the slide from the frame, and that was the first thing I checked here. So this was not loose. Sometimes it would be off center. I did notice that. That does not seem to be the case. This is in there. Feels nice and solid in there. So Shadow Systems documented replacing the slide stop lever, which is right here. Still feels good. Feels nice and tight. I don't know if there were any tolerances. It didn't say if there was any error in machining. I don't know if you can see the spring very well in there. And I don't know how many rounds they fired through. They said that it shot sufficient groups, but it did not give a number of rounds that they fired. So if anybody knows that, would love to see that comment. Here you are. Everything seems to be in working order. We'll get this back together and get it out to the range. So repair summary, you can see this. So they documented the report, premature slide lock back, and repair status confirmed, replace slide stop lever. You can see function checks passed, fire test needed, yes. Fire test results passed, yes. And this is what they documented. No malfunction experienced, shot sufficient groups, shot to point of aim. We're going to take this out and we'll see. Or I've posted that for you, so go look for those. If you have any doubt, still there are people who don't watch and don't listen and say, it's your grip. Not my grip. Just go watch the videos. You can see that on strong hand fire. Again, thumbs nowhere near this, fingers nowhere near it. So anyways, you can say it's my grip. It's not, and Shadow System agreed. I have that in writing, actually. So, sending in the CR920X, they replaced the slide stop lever. They said that the original slide stop lever was out of tolerance. They replaced that. They ran, I believe, 50 rounds through it. They didn't have any issues. I was still having the jamming issues. And several of you commented that in the CR920X, what you have done was replace the guide rod with the spring. I don't think this is actually called the guide rod in Glock land, in PSA micro dagger land, or in Shadow Systems land, but I can't think of it right now, so this is what we're going with, the guide rod and spring. So a lot of you said replace it with a Glock 43X or a 43 guide rod and spring. Well, I didn't have one of those, but I did have a PSA micro dagger. So I am using a PSA micro dagger guide rod assembly with the spring here, and I have not had the jamming issues. So whether that be Glock, whether that be PSA dagger micro parts, this seems to be working. It definitely is not as tight as the Shadow System variant, and I think the spring was just too powerful. I think that's what was causing it. I don't know. I have not taken a Glock or Shadow Systems armor course or anything like that, so I just don't know. However, replacing this piece seems to have made all of the difference. I will put some footage in from the range where I was firing it. I'll include a couple of the jams, and this was even after got it back from Shadow Systems. But to save you watching some of that, ran about, on the first day, ran about 350 rounds through it, and at the end, it wasn't until the end of firing, it was, everything was incredibly hot. So that could have been the reason, but I've also experienced jams since then. I put up a little short video. I'll include that in there. Yeah, so we're still having the jamming issues. Premature slide lock back solved by sending it in, and Shadow Systems replacing the slide stop lever. But the jamming issue seems to have been solved by swapping out this with a PSA dagger micro guide rod and spring assembly. So if you have that, it's a pretty easy fix. I think this was $15 or $20. You know, so not that bad. If you prefer Glock 43X or 43, buy that from the Glock store. They're pretty cheap. But, you know, Shadow Systems was supposed to be, you know, kind of the Gucci Glock, right? You know, very tight tolerances. using all the best parts. So I want to love this gun. I want to carry it. I don't trust it. I spent a lot of money on it. But swapping this out for PSA dagger parts, you shouldn't have to do that. Or swapping it out for standard Glock parts, you shouldn't have to do that. So I don't know what is up with Shadow Systems. They built a reputation for themselves, for good reason. Everybody says, hey, my MR series runs awesome and is great, and I'm happy for you. Again, these guns look incredibly cool. Again, I still want to love it. The slide cuts, the serrations, the feel of it feels very good in the hand. The grip texture is awesome. It's not, it's great. It sticks in your hand, but it's not aggressive where it hurts. So there's a lot of positives about this gun. Unfortunately, I must have got one that's been made on a Friday or something. I've had nothing but issues with it. I don't trust it, and I don't think I'm going to carry it. I will say I do have the CR920 War Poet Edition. Happy with that. I haven't experienced nearly any of the malfunctions that I've experienced on the 920X. That did need to go through the 250 round break-in period. I won't lie, again, did videos on that. But you do need to read, the manufacturer's instructions. So I'm rambling a bit here, but it's all for a point. The point is, I wanted to love this gun. I spent a lot of money on this gun. I should not have to spend another, $20 for a part that should work after the break-in period. So again, hate on me if you will, but just I haven't had a good experience with the CR920X. And just to add on, if you watch the video that I sent in to Shadow Systems, you will also see that during firing, the front sight post comes loose. Again, I understand that happens, but this gun was 2 months old. Nobody put Loctite on here. Again, in my opinion, the little things, it's like broken windows policing. If you pay attention to the little things, you're gonna pick up the more major issues that you have with a system. So this thing also, the optics plate wasn't Loctited in. It started coming loose as well, just during the middle of firing. So, want to love this gun. Really want to. I'm just not to the point yet where I can do that. So comment below. I'm going to add some range footage after this. This has been very long, so I'll probably edit it down. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share.